Hi everyone, this is David. I'd like to talk to you about divorce and marriage in the Philippines. There is a lot of disinformation, meaning false information, passed out by people that don't understand exactly everything that's going on. First of all, there is divorce, but not in the Philippines. But as an American citizen, I can get a divorce from a Filipino in the United States, and then the Filipino has to register her divorce in the Philippines, and that is accepted because the Philippines do not want their citizens to be tied down to someone that is a foreign person that they feel that has not uh, done their obligation to take care of one of their citizens, which is pretty neat because it also helps a foreign person when one of the Philippine citizens is not what they expected to be, because most of the time you meet and talk online. I was actually married in the Philippines to a woman that was less than desirable, and I came to the United States where I live and divorced her. And you will need to have a lawyer for that to make sure that everything's done legally, because from state to state we'll have it different. And then you give them, the Filipino, a copy of the final divorce decree, and then they take it to court and register foreign divorce, which will give them a single status back in their restoration, or their database, saying that they are now single. Um, if you're like me, I got divorced and I gave my paperwork to my ex, and they did not register it, but it doesn't matter. It only affects a Filipino because, as a foreign person, you need to go to the U.S. Embassy to get your single paper. You take your divorce papers, you show them, it will show divorced. Then, when you go apply for a marriage license, you will have that piece of paper from the U.S. Embassy, which costs $50, and you will need an appointment for that. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. Even though I was married to a Filipino, it is registered that I was married and divorced. And I was married to a Filipino, and there was zero problems for me getting married the second time in the Philippines. Um, so that will maybe clear some things up. Now, when, as a Filipino citizen, no, they cannot divorce each other as of January 2019. So when they say there is no divorce in the Philippines, that is among Filipinos, and that is correct. But as a foreigner, you can. You cannot do it in the Philippines. You have to do it in your own country that you are a citizen of. Then they will recognize a foreign divorce. Going to if you are getting married for the first time, or whatever time you want to, and you're going to the Philippines to meet your fiance, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to the U.S. Embassy. You will need an appointment, and the best thing to do it is before you leave your. I'm talking from the U.S. Embassy point of view. Is you will need to get an appointment. They're usually about 3 days booked out to a week. So it is best to do it before you go. And then get your appointment. Do not do it the day you land. Because if you have a flight delay, or you miss a flight, or for some unknown reason, you will have to wait 3 days. So I usually do it the next day, or a day or so after I land. I usually have, like my fiance, she met me at the airport in Manila. She lived in Manila, and it's a lot safer that way. And then we went and went to the U.S. Embassy. You will need to print off a screenshot or something, the password, the appointment time, and everything. You need to be there about 30 minutes to an hour earlier than what your appointment is, because you will have a guard, and you'll have 3 lines, and they'll come in and they'll check you. As a U.S. citizen, you will go into the U.S. citizen line. You will go through a metal detector. You will not have your phone. You will not have, so you will need paperwork, and that's it. You will need to know where you're staying, a phone number for the Filipina, Filipino, then they can get a hold of you if for some reason they need to get a hold of you. Those are basically the main things. You're gonna have to fill out some things. You're gonna have 3 windows, and it's pretty organized. They'll have a clock. You'll walk in. They'll tell you where you need to go, and it's up on the second story is where it was when I got it. And you go to the first window. You tell them what you want, and you sit down. They'll give you a piece of paper. You write out what you need to. Then you'll go to another window. You'll turn it in, and then you'll go pay, and that's $50 for that piece of paper. Then you'll go back to they'll call you, and you'll go back to the second window that you went to, and then you'll be sworn in, and you'll go under oath that that you are telling the truth, that you are single, that you are ready to do it. One other thing is the Filipino will be able to go in with you, but not into the building. She'll be able to go into a waiting area, which is a tent area. You will not be able to have food or anything to go in. Security is very high. No cameras allowed or anything of that nature. Then it will take you, when you get back to the province where she's at, you will apply for your license as soon as you can. That takes 10 days. Now you are already about 15 days in before you can get your license. So if you are there on a 21-day, you will get married most likely the day or two before your plane leaves. It is very tight. It is very hard to get everything done. It will be pretty stressful for you and your better half. She also needs to most likely get everything settled out of who's going to marry you guys, and get everything lined out, know where all the offices are, because it will take that quick. And she needs to probably go in, if she's never done this before or have not gone through the process, she probably needs to go in and talk to the clerks and find out exactly everything you need. You will also need your passport, a birth certificate, and to show who you are, and they have to be photo IDs. That will help you tremendous, especially when you go into the embassy. You will need to have your license with you, passport, some kind of identification. And if you guys need any help, I'll be doing more videos concerning the Philippines and do's and don'ts. And I recommend a year and a half talking to this individual before you decide to get married. Long engagements are a good thing. spend some time getting to know them. The first time I did, and I was not aware and of what everything was going on. I will also go in and talk about scams in the Philippines and on another later video. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you.